do not intend to repeat any of the statements that have been made very eloquently by all of those who have spoken. And my point is not only informed by the fact that we were all contributors to the struggle against apartheid. I remember very well that it was because of the struggle against apartheid that a Nigerian president, then head of state, Murtala Mohammed, declared before the Americans that Henry Kissinger, who was Secretary of State, was not welcome to Nigeria. In the words of General Murtala Mohammed, he said the era of gunboat diplomacy was over. Nigeria's commitment to eradication of apartheid is not negotiable. And they proceeded to nationalize British petroleum because the British too were supporting apartheid. So I can understand the pain that where we have built relationship, today we are looked at as if we are a burden. But for me, sir, I didn't come to the Senate to lament what is not right. And I know that in diplomacy, there is the law of reciprocity. What are the issues in South Africa? The president of South Africa did campaign openly that foreigners were taking the jobs that South Africa people could do. That is why his hands and his legs are tied. What is my response? These Nigerians who are in South Africa, they are not there on holiday. They are there to work and to earn. And which kind of job are they doing? There are two categories. Many are traders. Others are doing maybe some high-skilled jobs. So my view is that it is time to reciprocate. This Senate should adopt a position that MTN, a South African company that is cutting away millions of dollars from Nigeria every day, that Nigeria nationalize it and withdraw its license, so that Nigerian company can take over the MTN business and recruit more people. Those coming from South Africa will find good jobs working with the company that will replace MTN. And I know that South African president has interest in MTN. The second is that we ask the Minister of Communication of the federal government to revoke the Dstv, which is also a South African company that is cutting away millions of dollars, even abusing, resorting to practices that will not even be accepted in South Africa. I don't want this Senate to be shedding tears, to sympathize with those who have died. We didn't come here to shed tears, and I'm not going to shed tears. If you hit me, I hit you. I think it is appropriate in diplomacy. It's an economic struggle. What the black South Africans are saying is that Nigerians are taking their jobs. Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of Dstv. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone any war life being lost. If a crime has been committed under South African law, they have a right to bring any sort of person to justice. But to kill our people as if we are helpless, we are not. By the time we turn in the economy hardship, we withdraw MTN license, we revoke DSTV license. Those people coming from Nigeria, from South Africa will have good jobs to do. Let South Africa continue with their jobs. Then when we have this balance of madness, I believe there will be sanity, and we will kick our bilateral relationship in a manner that is a win-win. Right now, Nigeria trade deficit with South Africa. South Africa is the one benefiting. So my colleagues, let's not turn this place to a place of mourning and crying and lamenting. Let us bite in a manner that they will be the one begging. I so hold and I persuade my colleagues that when we come to prayers, we should include these two prayers, that MTN license be withdrawn, that DSTV license be withdrawn. There are Nigerians who can provide those services, and they will employ those who are coming back home from South Africa. You bite me once, I bite you twice.
Mr. President, this is a very gory situation. where Nigerians living in South Africa have over the years been disrespected, molested, annihilated, and hunted down. All their rights denied them. I was in South Africa in 2024, and I went to the Nigerian High Commission and interacted with the High Commissioner there. And I met Nigerian citizens who were invited for interaction with me. Mr. President, the stories they told about the type of hardship and the inhuman treatment they are subjected to was very grave and very worrisome. This is 2026. The xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa have continued. They are now hiding for their lives. They can't come out and do their businesses freely and move around. Mr. President, this is a situation where people are paying good with evil. This country contributed immensely to the end of apartheid regime in South Africa. You recall fire in Soweto when they were being burnt down, South Africans, black South Africans. They were hiding in their holes. And Nigeria came out very strongly to stand with them as our brothers and our sisters. The government of General Ramat, Murtala Mohammed, though a military regime, said that Africa shall be the center of Nigeria's foreign policy. And a lot of our resources were deployed to providing succor to the black South Africans. If we knew, or if Murtala Mohammed and subsequent governments knew that South Africa can stand up and begin to insult Nigerians, would have turned the other way. They won't have the liberty they have today. So for them to take Nigerians like animals is not acceptable. The African Union, which South Africa is a member, should rise now and impose all necessary sanctions against South Africa. Nigeria should also do reprisal sanctions against these people because they're also living in Nigeria. They enjoy the liberties, the freedom to live in another country. Because the white man developed South Africa, they now think that anybody who has come to South Africa is coming to enjoy. But when they were under the gruesome regime of apartheid, they had nobody to run to except Nigeria. So I want to say that this report from the committee chairman of Senate Committee on Diaspora should be taken very seriously. There are some who cannot even come back. They arrest them and seize their traveling documents and throw them into jails. Some are taken to the courts and they will be denied legal representation. These were the complaints I got in 2024. When they apprehend any Nigerian, they take him to court and deny him legal representation. Nobody will speak for you. And they throw the person in jail. So, my distinguished colleagues, South Africa should receive a warning from this Senate, this Parliament, and the government of Nigeria, so that they know that freedom of movement is guaranteed under the Charter of the African Union. We cannot continue this way at all. And these recent killings should be investigated Nigeria would demand serious investigation in South Africa. It should not be going like this. Yes. Otherwise, we wait for them here. If we see them here, we'll tell that this country belongs to very civilized and strong people. We are not weak. We're not weak. We're not weak. I so submit. They should respect Nigerians in South Africa. No, please. I'm very angry about this. Don't tell me to submit. I'm very angry. If you go there, you see the inhuman treatment they're giving to Nigerians. Why should they do that?
Distinguished.
So, Mr. President, thank you.
Distinguished, everybody feels
I've
the
spoken
pain.
out of my
We feel your pain, so don't... Senator
because I saw these things when I went there.
Yo, don't worry, Senator
Nigerians will be
Manguno.
hiding in
Senator
South Africa.
Manguno, go ahead. It's not a discussion of one day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Manguno, personally I watched some of the terrible horror scenes emanating from South Africa. I don't want to repeat, but no human being can sleep after watching those things. So what Senator Aledo is saying, I personally had to call the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So as I speak now, they are in South Africa. So the federal government has sent a high-powered delegation to go to South Africa. They have also invited the High Commissioner from South Africa to Nigeria has been summoned by the ministry and all. So actions are being taken. I think we should await the outcome of the action by the federal government and rather insist that we fix a date that the ministry, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and their team should come and brief the Senate of the outcome of their There's nothing wrong if we condemn what is going on now, because we already, many families are already very bereaved. It's very horrific. It's not something I can even recount here. I made a lot of phone calls, and but please, we should not take the action of recommending withdrawal of licenses of South African companies yet, because we need foreign investments in Nigeria. We should rather, as a Senate, we should condemn what we are seeing, urge the federal government to take serious steps and, of course, revert to us as soon as practicable. And if need be, we can also set up a committee after the federal government has returned to meet with our counterparts in the South African Parliament, because we have a lot of South Africans living in Nigeria. And if we move to go and start dragging them from their kitchens, naked them, drag them on the streets, stone them, and use blocks to kill them, or burn them inside their shops, we are returning to the Stone Age. So there is need to tread with caution, and at the same time, we must take decisive action in condemning this situation. It's very, very horrific. It's not something that we can just take a decision immediately without advising the executive and working closely with the executive. So we should empanel them to liaise with the executive and get back to us. There's nothing anybody is going to say here that go to the internet, what you watch, you will not be able to sleep. And even as students, we were made to contribute money towards helping South Africans to regain independence from apartheid. We did that. We contributed money. Yes, even as UCOPers, we contributed money, stipends, including students. Every Nigerian worker, every civil servant contributed money. And those of us that started federal government colleges, we had hundreds and hundreds of students from South Africa who were schooling in Nigeria free, who were being fed free, trained free, because they were running away from apartheid regime. And then they returned to become leaders. It's a terrible way to pay back a country that had been there for you in your moment of grief. So so I want somebody to move a motion that we note this motion.
Point of order, constitutional order. Constitutional order.
Senator Ningi, I have not yet apologized to you over the quarrel between us, and you are talking about constitutional order. Are you sure it's in my interest?
We do that at dinner.
No, but
constitutional order, Mr. President.
Let me first apologize to you.
No, don't worry, sir.
Over the miscommunication.
Don't worry, sir.
That it wasn't true.
It's okay. It's settled. It's settled.
That I hold you in high esteem.
You and me have come a long way. Constitutional order, sir.
Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. I said that statement was not true. It was based on mischief, so I apologize to you. The man that came and told you the statement, I was watching him when he came with anger.
Accepted. Apology accepted. Constitutional order, sir.
But the constitutional order, is it against me or against? Okay, so the apology is accepted. Go ahead.
Accepted, sir. This government comprises three parts: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. At no time should we stop doing what you are elected to do here because the executive are doing it. Mr. President, this is people's chamber. And I'm sure you have also watched the horror like we all watched. And to now say, because the executive are taking some diplomatic initiatives, then the people's chamber cannot speak. I think that is not right. You have not permitted me to add to the debate. But this constitution gives us limitless powers over what you can say for and on behalf of Nigerians, on behalf of people of Nigeria.
Constitutional point of order is upheld. You may wish to contribute.
Sad, tragic, that in this 21st century, the people of South Africa, and of course, some government officials are involved without recourse to looking at the history, without recourse to looking at the black race, without recourse to looking at the continent of Africa. To be doing what they are doing, which they have done in 1998, they repeated it in 2011, they repeated it in 2017, they did it again in 2020. And it is continuous, and it has been continuous. The kind of mob that came out from cities, not one city, all across South Africa, begins to tell me that we are no longer Africa, we are no longer the black race, and we are no longer human beings. And therefore, I have listened to Senator Adams' proposition. As provocative as it is, this is a people's parliament. Can we now bring back those Nigerian citizens that have lost their lives in a this tragic horror manner? Can we bring back their lives? Are we not telling the world that we do not care about our people?
are we not giving the impetus to the South Africans, to Nigerians that are in South Africa, that they are on their own? So when the Senate of the Federal Republic speaks, it speaks more than the minister. It speaks more than the ambassador. It sends a clear signal that we can take revenge after diplomacy has failed. So it is important that the world should know that we are concerned. We have seen what they have done, not only to Nigerians, but we've seen what they have done to Zimbabweans, to Ghanaians. And you know, when you remove the Nigerian populace in South Africa, there will be no resistance whatsoever. Our people resisted it, and it is because in the course of resistance that they were lynched, killed, in broad daylight. The South African security watch, and you could see them hiding behind these mobs. That means that particular thing, it wasn't just a mob, it was organized, orchestrated, and the government came with a very lamentable information that, please, stop doing this. Are South Africans not having military? Are they not having police? Are they not having other security apparatus? They do. And they have the gadgets. They have the ability to stop what has been happening. Have they done it? They have not done it, Mr. President. So it is incumbent upon the People's Chamber, and of course, led by you, Mr. President, to speak seriously about this matter. And if this thing continues, we have alternatives. We have options. And therefore, these words should be sent across to South Africa. We know where South Africans are, not only Nigeria, but all over Africa. And we can take this fight to their territory, if need be. But we cannot sit down and, typical of some of us, lament when these things is happening. There is no duplicate. Life has no duplicate. All of a sudden you are killed. Your families have lost you for no reason whatsoever. Mr. President, I think this is as serious as it gets. And today, sir, if this is the only thing the People's Chamber, the Senate of the Federal Republic will discuss, please be it. I thank you for listening.
So that many of us are numbed. So we have to, it's not just enough to discuss. We must engage our own government on the action to take. Like Senator Alero said, there is reciprocity. Reciprocal arrangement in international diplomacy. You can't imagine a Nigerian woman or man, a Nigerian child passing on the street, and somebody will go and club that child to death just because the person is a Nigerian. And guess what? This is happening between blacks and blacks. So black South Africans are killing black Africans. Black South Africans are killing black Africans. Who died for them, who contributed for them, who lamented, who cried, who prayed for them to be freed from appetite. It's not a discussion of one day. We will look at prayers, and where the prayers are not strong enough, we'll go into executive session to discuss on further steps. Because if you want to go and kill a lion in a bush, you cannot go there with a bell. You can't be ringing a bell and telling the lion, I'm on my way. Lion, I'm on my way. The lion will definitely run away on hearing the bell. So that's why I was saying that whatever we are going to say here, as a parent, as an individual, as a father, you don't understand what, unless you are not watching the horrific scenes. It's not even as if, I don't think, no empathy, no humanity. And the government has not reacted in a way that will show that the government is not behind this. How can security agencies be in the crowd and be watching this kind of thing happening? And they are armed. And in some places, you see myriad of motorcycles watching, and some using their phones to video, while a Nigerian who was dragged from the kitchen is being murdered. For what? For being in South Africa. That means that South Africa, in fact, is something we must call on even the international organizations like the United Nations. They should take action. It's not something that is a Nigerian thing alone. You know, Botswana has gone to pick their citizens from there. They've gone to the border. Zimbabweans are doing the same. Ghanaians are trying to withdraw their citizens, and Nigeria must do something very, 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 very urgent. That's why I said it's slightly complicated, because this is black rising against black. We are now going to be a mockery in the international community because of our color. So even if we discuss from now till tomorrow, unless we agree on actionable plan and actionable points.
In South Africa is barbaric, is callous, is unfortunate. They are not thinking the way and manners Nigeria helps them to become independent. Mr. President, we need to look into this very important issue, because innocent Nigerians went for their businesses. And in Nigeria today, we allow South African businesses to thrive. There is Stanbic IBTC, there is MTN, there is Dstv. They are making hundreds of billions of dollars in Nigeria, while innocent people who left their homeland and went to South Africa for a greener pasture. And there is a free-trade agreement in Africa which allow people to go from one country to another to do a legitimate business. These people are hardworking, and they are being brought from their businesses and burned down to ashes. So as a Senate and as leaders, as responsible government, we have to sanction all these companies that are in South Africa, that are in Nigeria, so that they know the government, because it's the inability and the irresponsibility of the government of South Africa to protect the life of Nigerians. That is why they allow this criminal element in South Africa to be doing this. And at the same time, Mr. President and my respected colleagues, the Committee on Foreign Affairs and the Committee on Diaspora and the Committee on Justice need to sit down, and ad hoc committees need to be set to give a framework for how to handle this very callous and unfortunate situation that is happening to Nigerians, because Nigeria is giving all the opportunity for the South Africa and the people of South Africa. I so submit, Mr. President.
Wish colleagues. Mr. President, I've listened to the previous interventions by our colleagues with rapt attention. If we will spend the whole day of today on this matter alone, it's worth it, Mr. President. There cannot be anything more important than this, of course, except the security of lives and property in Nigeria. Nigerians killed, maimed, businesses destroyed. What are we here for? We speak for them. And I want to agree with you completely too, before I go ahead to agree with what the submission of Senator Ningi is, that we need to align with our other side of government. We need to have proper briefing, but we need to stand on our two legs on this, because our perspectives will slightly be different from the executive perspectives, and our contributions to the solutions have different avenues. Mr. President, in the 8th Senate, similar thing happened. Nigerians were killed in South Africa. without any justification at all. The Senate and House at that time set up a committee to go to the Parliament of South Africa with a parliamentary message from the Parliament of Nigeria. Mr. President, I would recommend that this Senate, after discussing, debating, and taking resolutions, we talk to the House of Reps. They should do the same. And then we have one parliamentary committee to consist of both senators and members of the House, whether the Foreign Affairs Committee or whichever. And I would suggest here that maybe the Senate leader should lead the team to the Parliament of South Africa, or the Deputy Senate President.
Or the former Senate President.
As it pleases the chair. Mr. President, that is one. Secondly, in 2019, July, they killed Nigerians. I was Senate President. Mr. President, I invited the High Commissioner, the South African High Commissioner here. Those who are in attendance probably could remember what happened, particularly Senator Ojikalu, who was then the chief whip. I told him to his face, enough is enough. You can't be killing our people while your businesses flourish here. And whether black kills black, they are the ones killing us. We are not killing them. They are prospering here. And therefore, we cannot be giving you very convenient, climate environment for you and your businesses. Meanwhile, you will not allow us even have decent livelihood by trading or doing businesses in your country. So, Mr. President, this is something that we need to do. I don't know whether you would like to do that, engage with the South African embassy here, I don't know, but this is your choice, you and the leaders of the Senate or the National Assembly. Mr. President, Nigeria has membership in the Pan-African Parliament based in Johannesburg, South Africa. This is one kind of issue. If we still have members there who are here representing us, this is the kind of issue that we take to the Pan-African Parliament and debate it, because we are affected. And the members, I don't know whether you have them here, but they are supposed to be in the Senate and in the House. Normally, the Senate leader is a member from here and one additional person. If they have not been taking part, let's start taking part, even though we are at the...
They are taking part. The Senator Salim Mustafa and the Senate leader are members of the panel.
Okay, that's great. This is one issue that if there's an opportunity for them to be at the Parliament sitting, they should present this. Mr. President, I believe that we have every reason to do something. We cannot just be saying, it's talking. No. Let's tell the executive arm of government what we feel and let them tell us what they think they can do. And then we align ourselves so that we talk the same language in different ways. Because that's very, very important. But I want to conclude here by suggesting that the House and the Senate should collaborate on this. We should partner and take one team. If there is need for us to send our team to the South African Parliament. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Oji Uzokalo. I represent Abia North. I would like to move a simple motion because all parties speaking are saying the same thing. I'd like to just move a simple motion to commute this thing to Committee on Foreign Affairs and what's the Women's Committee, Diaspora, and one other relevant committee, so that they will be able to study and come back to us in 2 weeks. So, and the National Security and Intelligence. Let us not, excuse me, gentlemen, listen, let us not kill our relationship. We are very angry. Nobody is happy. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs is in South Africa now. And the ministry invited the High Commissioner yesterday, and you have invited the High Commissioner. Let senators, not because of seeing them, within anything you say immediately, but not because people want to be seen in the television to speak about this. No, let us quickly set up these committees and come back to the Senate. So if it means a day, in 48 hours, if it means a day, everybody in this Senate will speak. You give the 109 senators, including you, the opportunity to speak. That would be nice, because wasting our time and going back to taking the something. Yes, nobody is deviating from the Constitution. We are asking you to do it right. You must do it right. You cannot just do it the way you want to do it. Mr. President, I move a motion that we will ask our committee to give us a working paper. I so move.
Amend the motion. Don't say wasting time.
Sorry, Mr. President, for let angers don't go up. We cannot go.
He has withdrawn the word.
No, I
wasting
apologize
time.
if I use the wrong language, honestly. Because
your apology
I just
is
want
accepted.
us to go within a law
Your
that
apology
is
is
internationally
accepted.
acceptable.
Senator Ledo, that we should set up a committee.
Pardon?
He said that we should set up a committee.
We should
Allow
allow
we should set up a
standing
committee.
committees.
Mr. Senate President, is that a similar team like this when I was there, sir, when we had arguments with the parliamentary executive of South Africa led by the former President Buhari. All these things were considered and a resolution was taken at that time. Because
so the additional prayer is
the
that
additional prayer
is that
is
you
to
had
review,
a delegation of
to review the resolution of the 2019 meeting, which we all embarked to South Africa. Because their president was here to beg, we also went to South Africa, and there was very serious resolutions taken. It's the same president that is there. Let's review that and also see what actions have been taken.
Have you made the resolution available to the Senate?
Yes, we can make it available, sir.
Yes.
It's from
So
at the
your
source.
additional prayer is that you undertake to make the resolution available.
Yes.
Of what was agreed upon between late President Buhari and the current president of South Africa.
With the Nigerian team.
With the Nigerian team.
Yes, sir.
So for how long do we have to wait?
Well, even today is at the Foreign Affairs.
Okay.
It's with the Foreign Affairs.
So you
I
make
was
it
the governor then.
You make it available within a few days.
Yes, sir.
So that the
I will do that.
Senate can review it
Exactly.
with a view to implementing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Of Dstv as economic measures to show that we are not just.
Can you
We
say-
are not just, yes, Isaac Akeshi. Amate Farageskia, I support you, but we must revoke the license of MTN, revoke the license of Dstv as an indication of our seriousness. Those people who have died, their life is much more than foreign investment. But labor, what are you talking? They are killing your people who say labor.
Those in support that was
You
not the
can dismiss
motion.
it, but that's my view.
Those in support that was
Must
not
be
the
seen
motion.
to bite,
before us
to
say
bite and
aye.
bite.
Those against say nay. That was not the motion. And also, we will also invite our Foreign Affairs Minister and our colleagues when they return to Nigeria, so that they can brief us on what the situation is. So I thank you all for your contributions, and I do know I sympathize with your anger, but please, as a mark of respect Can we observe 1 minute silence in honor of all those who have been killed unjustly in South Africa by South Africans in violation of brotherhood and in total disregard to history and the contributions of this country to the emergence of independence in South Africa and the end of apartheid? Can we observe 1 minute silence in honor of Nigerians who have been brutally murdered by South Africans? May the souls of our mothers, our sisters, our husbands, our brothers, and other Africans who have been unjustly, brutally, and unacceptably and innocently murdered by South Africans rest in perfect peace.